Hello students, welcome to science class. Today I am going to explain your chapter 4, sorting materials into groups. What is your chapter name? Sorting materials into groups. What do you mean by sorting? Sorting means segregating, separating. Okay, so for example, we have seen in our life around us so many materials we can observe so many materials, so many objects like this chalk piece, blackboard, green board, okay, chair, cards, clothes, paper, pen, and different fruits. Okay, so these all are different from each other. Why? Because these all are the objects have different shapes, different color, and different uses, their properties, right? So depending on their properties and their color, their shape, we can segregate, we can separate those objects or materials into certain groups. Why should we separate? Why should we sorting the materials? Because it's very convenient to know about all the objects and materials property easily. Suppose if you went to shopping malls or any grocery shops, they will keep certain things, okay, like powder things they will keep in one place, and afterwards cooking utensils they will keep in another side, so they won't mix, they will keep the materials and the objects in separate places. That is a very useful for us, right? When we went and purchasing such a material, we can easily recognize, we can easily identify, yes, this is belongs to vegetable place, this is belongs to cloths cabin, this is some cooking utensils available is there, so we can go and we can easily purchase. Like that, the separating or sorting the materials is very convenient and very useful for us to select, to know properties of certain materials. Okay, so let us start our lesson. So every object possessing some properties, so depending on or based on those properties, we can separate objects or materials into groups. For example, here some of the materials we can made of by using different materials. We can make some objects by using different materials. But sometimes by using one material we can make different objects. Here suppose for example some objects which can made of, suppose here material I given. First object we will see. So plate, chair, pen, paper, cotton. So these are some of the examples of objects I given. So here suppose if you take first one plate. Plate can be made of plastic, wood or steel, right? So here different materials we are using to make one object, correct? So next one, chair. Chair also here by using plastic, wood and iron we can make a chair. So here you can observe one more point. So different of materials we are using to make one object. At a time we are making objects and we are only one. Suppose here plastic have and here plastic have. So here same material we are using to make different objects. Okay, so don't be confused. By using different materials we can make so many objects, same as or one object, same as by using one material we can make so many different objects. Understand? So next, pen. Pen may be plastic or metal, and same as paper, newspaper, notebooks and some paper covers. So these all are made of paper material, paper object. So we can notebooks and newspaper toys are the, so this is the object and this is the material. Okay, so next, cotton. Cotton is same like cotton or clothes. By using cotton material we can make cloths, bags, okay, so etc. So here what we understand is an object is made of a single material or be different materials, same as one material could be used for making different objects or one object. So this is the objects, which objects we can see around us. Okay, so depending on, already I explained and I told you, based on some physical properties we can differentiate materials or object into some groups. Okay, so what are the properties? Here the properties of objects or material. First one is appearance, hardness, soluble or insolubility, Next, objects may float or sink in water. Next, last one is transparency. So what do you mean by appearance? Appearance means, suppose you just collect all of the objects which can available in your home or around you. So suppose some fruit, some papers, pens, pencils, all you just collect and you just separate them depending on appearance. Suppose color. You taken so many color pens, okay, means the cover of pen. Color is blue pen, blue ink pen or red ink pen, but the pen ink, the refill which is covered by so many color of plastic or glass items, right? So that is that can be color variable in color, like a yellow color, green color. For example, take some edible fruits, apple, orange, banana, mosambi. So depending on color, you can keep separate groups. Like red color fruits you can keep in one place, yellow color fruits you can keep in one place, same like green color fruits. Like that, you can easily identify and you can easily know about the particular object properties based on appearance. Okay, same like material. Material means here, suppose cloths. Cotton cloths, nylon cloths, wool. So depending on the fabric of material, okay, the material which is which fabric, if you know means, depending on the material type, you can keep those materials into separate groups. Same, next one is shape. Shape means square, spherical, oval shape, round shape, and rectangular shape, cylindrical shape. Depending on shapes of objects, we can separate those objects into certain groups. So these three are we can study under the appearance. Okay, understood? Next one is hardness. Hardness means any material. Suppose this is a chalk piece, right? So by using my hand, I am compressing this, I am pressing this. So how I am pressing, I have to put more energy, more effort to press this chalk. Whereas if you observe in cotton or sponge, it's very easy to compress or scratch soft material, right? So that's why what is the hardness? If any object, if you want to compress or scratch very easily, that is a soft item like a wool or cotton, some sponge. So whereas this chalk piece has some solid plastics, you have to put some effort, energy to compress or to scratch this item. That's why these objects we called hard objects, hard items. So depending on the hardness of object or material, we can separate into groups. Next one is, so not only hardness, luster. What do you mean by luster? Shiny, sparkle, glittering. So which material is giving sparkles, glittery. So depending on that luster nature also, we can separate items, objects or materials into separate groups. Next one is soluble or insoluble. What do you mean by soluble? So if any substance, if you mix it in water, the substance you may not be visible after some time. Means it mixed with water and you can get a clear solution. That is called a solubility. So scientifically we can give any substance which is soluble, any solute which is solute means here any substance which is soluble in water or solvent, we call it soluble. Okay, that is called a solubility nature. So which is not soluble in water or partially soluble, we can say as a insoluble substance, insolubility. Understand? Suppose you take glass of water and you add a pinch of salt or spoon of salt and you just mix it well. After some time you can observe the clear solution of water which you saw before. Means here the salt is completely soluble in water. That's why you will get a clear solution of that water solution, salt solution. So here the solute is salt, solvent is water. When you added solute to solvent, you will get clear solution, that is called a solubility of salt solution. So insolubility means take same glass of water and add few drops of coconut oil or which any oil which is available in your home, you can observe it can't soluble in water. You can see the clear droplets, oil droplets on the surface of the water. So that is called insolubility. Whatever the solute you take in, which is the solid, liquid, gaseous, which cannot soluble in water, that condition we call the insolubility. Okay, so dry leaves. If you see dry leaves, the dry leaves cannot float on water, surface of the water. So this is the insolubility. That wood and the irons, for example. So wood is a different material and iron is a different material. Wood is different from iron, same as iron is different from other metal like aluminium and copper. But here one point you have to know, iron and aluminium, copper, the three metals are resembling in some properties, but you cannot observe in wood. So that is solubility and insolubility. Next one here, the objects may float or sink. So objects can float means here already I given some example, paper, stones, dry leaves and honey. So here if you observe paper, stones, paper if you put inside the water, you can see the paper or dry leaves, they float on surface of the water. Next, if you observe with the stones, you can clearly observe here the stones. When you thrown some stones inside the water, glass of water or on the river, you can observe the stones will dip inside. They will sink inside the water. Same as honey or any lemon juices, if you add it to water, what will happen? It will mix with the water and you will get some the color variation of water. So this is the objects which are float or sink on water surface. Depending on this property also, you can separate, you can segregate, you can sort the objects or materials into certain groups. Understand? Next one is transparency. So what is transparency? You can, whatever the object, suppose this is the spectacle, right? So you can see one end, from one end to other end without any disturbance, without with the clarity. So that is a transparency, like a glass item. So if you take glass of water, you can see the what are the inside the glass have, water have, if anything if you added, you can clearly observe inside that glass of water. Why? Because the glass is a transparency glass. You can clearly observe whatever the things are that side happening or inside the glass happening. Same as in this transparency, 3 points are given. Depending on these properties also, we can differentiate, you can divide the objects or materials into certain groups. They are opaque, transparent and translucent. When opaque means what? Opaque means like wood. So you cannot see whatever the, if you suppose for example, if you take wooden box, so what you kept inside the wooden box, if you don't, you cannot see. Why? Because the object is fully closed. Whatever inside the material have, or you kept any valuable things, you cannot observe. Why? Because the wood is a opaque material. Okay, same as transparent. Transparent means my spectacle glass. Okay, so this glass I can see through this spectacle from other side. Okay, whatever the things going on happening. And glass also, glass of normally the juice glasses which are transparent, you can clearly observe when you are taking a glass of juice at home in a glass. So that time you can clearly observe the color of the juice. How will you observe the transparency of that glass? Okay, so that's why that is a transparent. So same like translucent. Translucent means in second chapter, identification of fats, you already know this word translucent. How will you know? When the food item contains fat content, when you it will give translucent strains or oily strains on paper, which is a semi-transparent, partially transparent. You can see the object but not clearly. That the nature we called translucent. Okay. So this is the opaque and transparent and translucent under the transparency properties. Depending on these appearance, hardness, solubility, materials which are float or sink in the water, and transparency, which is opaque, which is transparent, which is translucent, depending on or based on these all properties, you can divide the materials or object into certain groups. So why should we separate, why should we sorting that object or material? Because it is very useful to us, very convenient to us to know about that particular object properties in detail. Okay, that's why the sorting of materials into groups is very necessary for us convenience. So I hope you understand the lesson.